Good evening, Beer Fan TV. Tonight's video is a bit different. Well, it's not a beer review. What I've got in there at the moment, I don't know if you can see that. It's Spaten. Was it on 19 days? I've kind of reviewed that before, so as nice as that is, I thought I wouldn't go over old ground. But what I thought I would do is I do get some videos in some of the comments about some of the stuff that I've got on my little bar, and I thought maybe we'll go over it. I'll tell you where I got it from, tell you what it cost. What I'd be interested to know is if you guys could tell me what you have in your little bar setup and what you paid for it, where you got it from, and it could help other people watching the video, you know. So let's get into it. Get yourself a beer, pull up a pew, whatever you want to do, and let's talk about accessories. It's Friday, it's Good Friday, it's Easter weekend, whatever you want to do. Let's compare beer machines, bar setups, and mine's a tiny bar setup. In all fairness, I don't really have the space for the lovely other bits. So yeah, let's do it. Okay, so let's start. What have I got first of all? I've got the Subcold 85. This I've done a previous review on not long after I purchased it. The perfect wingman for your perfect draft. I paid I think 220 quid. I looked just before making the video, and they're currently selling for about 250. Normally retail for about 300. I've seen them retail for 300. So what do I think of it? It's pretty good. I don't know if you can see there. I've got sort of beers in the bottom. I've got a couple of kegs in there, and I've got some beers and other bits in there. Me and the wife both use it. Listen, it's fantastic for storage of your kegs. I think you've kind of seen before the aggro you get trying to fit the kegs in the fridge. It's a bit of a nightmare. So I find it's pretty good for that, and you can put your machine on top of it and some of your other bar bits as well from pointing in the right direction. But yeah, you can change the temperature. It's a bit better than a wine fridge because you can go from kind of 1 or 0 to about 12. At the moment, I've got it set at the moment to about 5, and it makes this bit here turns to about 8. It does get a bit warmer the further up the fridge you go, but it's pretty good though because you can keep your stuff for your perfect draft in there. If you do want to keep some of your lagers in your normal fridge, you can. But anything you want to keep, maybe you've got a separate sort of, you know, those 5 litre kegs you can get. Some of the beer you probably want a bit warmer than the stuff you know the temperature you keep lager at. Ideal for that. But it was expensive. Like one person did put a comment on one of the other videos recently, how loud is it? I've got it running right now, and really no louder than the actual perfect draft, to be honest. So generally A-okay. I think if you run it at about maybe 2 or 3, it's probably going to be a bit louder. But I run it, like I said, I think it runs at about 4 to 5. That's generally okay for me. I can take a keg out and I can put that straight in the machine within, you know, I don't know, 20 minutes, half hour. It's at temperature, it's working at A-okay. So yeah, that's the fridge. Next I've got my Heineken bar tender set. It's kind of the bar blade, if you like, for skimming the top of the beer. Pretty good. I actually got it because it went with my sub, but I actually preferred it to the one you can see just there, which is a metal Stella one. That came with a little thing as well that you kind of sit it in. But I found it just a bit too big, a bit too heavy and clunky. This one was just a bit better. So I've generally run with this ever since. I bought it off of eBay. I think I paid, I want to say 20 quid, I think, for the 2. Well worth it. Next is the metal tin. Fantastic for putting your little buttons on for the perfect draft. I find it's absolutely perfect. Sticks to them really well. Cost me like 10 quid. I think I bought it from a co-op with some Coors Lager. A-okay. Next thing I purchased these buttons. I always go to Button Zombie for them. I've tried a few different ones and you can kind of see the difference really. Button Zombie and then some of these other ones like the Jupiler one, not as good, it's a bit more raised. Doesn't fit in the hole quite as well. I find the Button Zombie ones are well priced, turns up on time, great communication. Every time I need to buy one, I generally tend to use those guys. Then I've got this Lef sign. I want to put it somewhere. I think when I see Lef now, I think Perfect Draft. Don't I? I think that's because, you know, that's what I think as soon as I see Lef. But it's I got this off of Amazon. I think I paid under £8 for it. It's just very thin wood. I've been trying to think of somewhere to put it. I did consider putting it on the fridge, but the wife didn't like it. So I've got to try and think of somewhere else to put that. But that's one for the very, very near future. And then one of the last ones is this beer sign. It's got lights on it. Fantastic. I love it. Amazon purchase again. It was like a tenner, if that. So yeah, thumbs up. That's pretty much my bar setup, guys. That is it. That's my bar setup. What's yours? What have you guys got? Tell me what you've got, what you paid for it, where you bought it from, and we can compare. Listen, it helps me, helps other people that are viewing this that have got their own kind of home bar setups. I generally tend to find that most people that have a Philips Perfect Draft generally tend to have a dream of going on building their own bar. So most people that have a Perfect Draft will have some sort of home bar set up. Let's tell us what you got, let's share it. Let's see if there's any great ideas, something that I could probably, you know, jump on the back of and potentially copy, or anyone else is watching the videos. So listen guys, thank you for watching. I've got some great videos coming up, especially those two in there. I've got some comparisons and some reviews of kegs that I've never had. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Like, comment, share, whatever you want to do, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good weekend.